University Challenge. Asking the questions, Jeremy Paxman.
Hello, 28 teams qualified to appear in this series. 12 fell by the wayside during the first round. 7 more have bitten the dust during this second round, which ends tonight. Only one place remains in the quarterfinals, and both tonight's teams want it. Well, they think they do now. The 4 from St John's College, Oxford, achieved one of the strongest scores of the first round when they beat Bristol University by 255 points to 125. They missed very little and did well on Dungeons and Dragons in English literature and biblical book clouds, and they were very happy with some gruesome depictions of what Judith did to Holofernes. With an average age of 19, let's meet the St John's team again.
Hi, my name is Alex Harries. I'm originally from South Wales and I'm reading history.
Hello, my name is Charlie Clegg. I'm from Glasgow and I'm reading theology.
This is their captain.
Hi, my name is Angus Russell. I'm from Millhillen, North London, and I study history and Russian.
Hi, I'm Dan Soward. I'm from Oxbridge in Middlesex and I'm reading chemistry.
Now, the team from Queen's Belfast maintained a steady lead throughout their first-round match against Sussex University, winning comfortably by 195 points to 125. They may need to brush up their Shakespeare, but they recognised Edmund Burke, W.H. Auden and the Velvet Underground as if they were all old pals. With an average age of 28, let's meet the Queen's Belfast team again.
Hi, I'm Alistair Mallon from Belfast. I'm studying a master's degree in Irish Studies.
Hi, I'm Jethro Waldron. I'm originally from Ripley in Derbyshire and I'm studying for a master's in Irish literature.
And let's meet their captain.
Hello, my name's Jack Ruddy. I'm from Dorset and I'm reading history.
Hi, I'm Charlie Shimmons. I'm from the Isle of Man and I'm studying international politics and conflict studies.
OK, shall we just get on with it? Fingers on the buzzers. Here's your first starter for 10. What word denotes in general terms a receptacle for a grocery item in computing, a decoy website to draw hackers or spammers, in espionage, a form of recruitment through seduction, and in the tourism industry...
Queen's Ruddy.
Honey trap?
No. And you lose 5 points. And in the tourism industry, a place that draws a large number of visitors.
St John's Harries.
Honeypot.
Honeypot is correct, yes. OK, you get a set of bonuses, St John's, on the human figure in British art. Firstly, a living human figure sleeping in a glass vitrine comprises the work The Maybe, first displayed in 1995 and exhibited again in 2013 in New York's Museum of Modern Art. Which actress was the figure on display?
Tilda Swinton, she'd go in for things like this. A bit early, but we can go for it.
Tilda Swinton?
Correct. 100 life-sized human figures created by Anthony Gormley for a work entitled Another Place took up permanent residence in 2007 on which beach in Merseyside?
Or is it Merseyside? Oh. That's Morecambe's not Merseyside.
Yeah,
oh, gosh.
I thought it was off Crosby Beach? Could be, yeah. That's Merseyside.
OK.
Yeah.
Crosby?
Correct. 2 living human figures painted gold and miming to a song by Flanagan and Allen comprise the singing sculpture of 1969, devised and performed by which artists?
Gilbert and George. I'm pretty sure.
Nominate Clegg.
Gilbert and George.
Correct. 10 points for this. His philosophy is so odd that one would not have expected him to be able to get sane men to accept it, but he did. He set it out with so much obscurity that people thought it must be profound. These words of Bertrand Russell refer to which philosopher? Born in Stuttgart in 1770, he's especially noted for his 3-stage process of dialectical reasoning.
Queen's Waldron.
Hegel.
Hegel is correct, yes. Your first bonuses, Queens, are on apps. Launched in February 2013, which app for decluttering Gmail inboxes was bought by the cloud storage firm Dropbox for a rumoured $100 million the following month?
Pass.
It's Mailbox. Founded by Michael Hayward, which app has been called a mashup of Twitter and Snapchat and allows users to type out a short confessional message, overlay it on a related image and share it anonymously?
It's not Kick, is it? No, it's not Snapchat. Is it Kick?
Kick?
No, it's Whisper. Allowing users to trade texts, pictures and videos over their smartphones, which mobile messaging service was bought by Facebook for $19 billion in February 2014?
Would that be WhatsApp? Yeah.
WhatsApp?
Correct. 10 points for this. Which London street is this? In Jane Austen's Mansfield Park, Mr. Rushworth takes a house there. In Shaw's Pygmalion, Henry Higgins lived at 27A. At number 50, Elizabeth Barrett was kept a virtual prisoner by her father.
Queen's Melon.
Wimpole Street.
Correct. These bonuses, Queens, are on sociology. Firstly, coined in 1922 by the US sociologist William Ogborn, what two-word term refers to the gap that develops between fast-changing technology and other slower-paced socio-cultural traits?
Culture gap?
It's a cultural lag, is the term. And secondly, what term was introduced by the US sociologist William G. Sumner in his 1906 work Folkways? He defined it as the view of things in which one's own group is the centre of everything and all others are scaled and rated with reference to it.
Sociocentric. I would have said ethnocentric, but is it a two-word?
Sociocentric. Yeah. Sociocentric?
No, it's ethnocentrism. Abbreviated to TCK, what term was coined by Dr. Ruth Hill Useem and refers to a young person who spent a significant part of their developmental years outside their parents' culture?
Oh, I'm not sure.
No. Pass.
It's third culture, kid. We're going to take a picture round now. You're going to see a map showing the migration of a specific group during the period that saw a large-scale movement of peoples across the territory and former territories of the moribund Western Roman Empire. 10 points if you can give the name by which the group who made the indicated migration are commonly known.
Queen's Waldron.
The Huns?
Correct. OK, Queens, you're going to see 3 more migrations now for your picture bonuses, this time all made by Germanic tribes into the territories of the collapsing Western Roman Empire. 5 points for each tribe you can name. Firstly...
Visigoths?
The Visigoths?
That is correct, yes. Secondly...
Just the Goths.
The Goths?
No, that's the Vandals. You can see they took Carthage there. And finally...
It's either the Angles or the Saxons. Or is it the Jutes? Jutes.
Jutes?
It is the Jutes, yes. 10 points for this. Examples being found in Texas, Florida, Alaska, Oklahoma and Idaho. What informal term denotes a narrow strip of territory with a land border on at least 2 sides, extending out from the geographical body of the state? The term refers to a part of a household...
St John's Clegg.
A panhandle?
Correct. You could retake the lead if you get these bonuses. There are mythical creatures, St John's. Which mythical beast is usually described as having the head of a man, the body of a lion and the tail of a dragon or scorpion? Its name appears in the title of the 2nd volume of Robertson Davies's The Deptford Trilogy.
Yeah. Sphinx?
No, it's the Manticore. In Greek mythology, which child-eating monster is a serpent with the head and breasts of a woman? She is also the title character of a poem by Keats.
Hydra?
No, it's Lamia. Which mythical beast has the head and 4 legs of a horse and the body and tail of a dolphin or fish? It's among the figures depicted in the sculpture of the Trevi Fountain in Rome.
There's one in Rockefeller as well. It's a...
Yes, it's a Triton's the god.
Yeah, it's like a mermaid, but it's not.
I'll go with Triton. Triton?
No, it's a hippocamp or hippocampus. 10 points for this. The astronomical sources Centaurus, X3, Vela and the Crab all hold what type of object that typically emits short bursts of radio and other electromagnetic radiation in a regular pattern?
St John's Seward.
Pulsar.
Correct. You get the lead and a set of bonuses on mathematics. What is the lowest order of polynomial for which no general solution can be expressed in terms of simple arithmetical operations?
Should I go with 1?
No, go for. Yeah, go for 1. The first order.
1?
No, it's the fifth, the quintic. The proof that the quintic is not solvable algebraically is attributed jointly to the Italian Paolo Ruffini and which Norwegian mathematician? In group theory, commutative groups are named after him.
Norwegian mathematicians.
Group theory.
Yeah.
Is it Schoenflies, I think it is. Does that sound Danish?
Nominate Seward.
Schoenflies.
No, it's Abel. And finally, born 1811, which French mathematician gives his name to the class of groups with which the general quintic equation can be associated?
Could be Pascal.
So what was the date again?
1811. 1811.
I think it's a bit late for Pascal.
Yeah. French mathematicians in the 19th century.
Yeah. Anything?
Try Demarve, I don't know. I've no idea.
Demarve.
Yeah.
Demarve.
No, it's Galois. 10 points for this. What precise three-word term did President Eisenhower coin to describe the alliance of armed forces, government...
St John's Clegg.
Military-industrial complex.
Correct, well done. Your bonuses are on cities in the Rhone Valley. Firstly, for 5, which city provided inspiration for Vincent van Gogh when he settled there for 15 months? His works from that period include Starry Night Over the Rhone and Café Terrace at Night.
Ireland? Or it could be Ireland.
Yeah,
it's definitely Ireland.
Arles.
Arles is correct. Which town between Valence and Orange is a major centre for the production of nougat?
That's not X. What do you associate with nougat? X nougat. Valence and Orange. Not Avignon, is it?
You give Avignon. Yeah.
Avignon.
No, it's Montélimar. And finally, from 1309 to 1377, which city on the Rhone was the residence of the popes during their exile from Rome? It remained in papal hands until the Revolution.
Avignon.
Avignon is correct. We're going to take a music round now. For your music starter, you'll hear a piece of popular music. For 10 points, please give me the name of the singer you hear.
Go tell that long...
St John's Clegg.
Johnny Cash?
It is Johnny Cash, yes. Performing there, God's Gonna Cut You Down or Run On for a Long Time, a traditional song of unknown origin. Your music bonuses are 3 more examples of popular music artists performing traditional songs. I want the band or the artist you hear in each case. Firstly, for 5, both of these performers. The song's roots can be traced back to a 17th century British ballad.
Tell her to make me a time shirt.
Simon and Garfunkel.
That's correct. Secondly, I want both singers of this version of an 18th century Scottish song.
And the wind did roll, and the wind did moan. A little bird let down on Henry.
Okay, with Tom Jones? Probably not.
No, did you actually...
Okay.
Tom Jones and Cerys Matthews.
No, it's Nick Cave and PJ Harvey. And finally, this band performing a 19th century Appalachian folk song.
My girl, don't lie to me. Tell me when did you sleep last night?
American
Try Bon Jovi. Bon Jovi.
No, that's Nirvana. 10 points for this. Which decade saw the capture of Beijing by the Manchu Qing dynasty? In Japan, the Dutch began trading from the island of Dejima in Nagasaki Bay, while in England, the king was executed.
St John's Clegg.
The 1640s.
Correct. St John's, your bonuses are on words that appear in the surnames of Booker Prize-winning authors. For example, man and ant in Hilary Mantel. In each case, listen to the definition and give the name of the author in whose surname the defined word appears. Firstly, a poem by Rudyard Kipling that includes the line, talk with crowds and keep your virtue.
So, is it they all Booker Prize winners? Yeah, Booker Prize winners. If someone Candleth,
Should we try something like that? Northcliffe?
No, it's Graham Swift. You got if, of course, from where the lines are taken. The surname of an author born near Birmingham in 1961. His novels include The Rotters Club and What a Carve Up.
1961. Oh, it's with if in it.
No, I don't think
No,
the
just
surname
the
makes something else.
Oh gosh, what? Oh, Will Self, is it?
Okay.
It's got the elf in it.
Self?
No, it's Jonathan Coe was the author, Ian J.M. Coetzee, who was the Booker Prize winner. Finally, the first name of the elder of the brothers Grimm and of the man who became president of South Africa in 2009.
Howard Jacobson. Howard Jacobson.
Correct. 10 points for this. Listen carefully. Answer as soon as your name is called. What date corresponds to the 183rd day of a year that is not a leap year, therefore marking its midpoint?
St John's Harry's.
July the 2nd?
Correct. Did you just work that out? It's pretty good. Right, here are your bonuses. They're on British birds, St John's. Capri mulgus europaeus has what common name reflecting its nocturnal habits and distinctive churring call? It's also known as the goat sucker or fern owl.
So the night something nightcap? Is that? No, that's
What, sorry?
No, nightcap. No, it's not a bird.
I don't know. Nighthawk?
Yeah, nighthawk is a bird.
Okay. Nighthawk?
No, it is the nightjar. Also named for its distinctive cry, which summer visitor is similar in form to the nightjar. It's a brood parasite on species such as reed warblers and dunnocks.
Cuckoo is a parasite in the warblers.
Yeah. Cuckoo?
Correct. With its pointed wings and long tail, the nightjar resembles which common raptor, often seen near road verges? Its binomial is Falco tinunculus.
A kite. I think should we go with that? Kite's hide.
Kite?
No, it's smaller than that. It's a kestrel or windhover. 10 points for this. Alluding to William Paley's argument from design, what term did Richard Dawkins coin for the title of his...
St John's Harry's.
The Blind Watchmaker?
Correct. Your bonuses are on film adaptations of a play by Shakespeare, St John's. With its action transposed to feudal Japan, Akira Kurosawa's 1957 film Throne of Blood is an adaptation of which of Shakespeare's tragedies?
Macbeth.
Yeah, Ran is King Lear.
Macbeth?
Correct. With the tagline Greasy Spoon, Bloody Murder, which 2001 adaptation of Macbeth relocates the events and characters to a Pennsylvania burger bar in the 1970s?
Scotland, PA.
Okay, I'll go with that. Scotland, PA?
Correct. Which Polish-born director collaborated with the critic Kenneth Tynan on the screenplay for his 1971 film version of Macbeth?
Roman Polanski.
Polanski.
Correct. Right, there's plenty of time for you to make up ground, Queens. We're going to take a second picture round. For your picture starter, you're going to see a painting by a Dutch artist. 10 points if you can identify the artist.
St John's Clegg.
Rembrandt?
It is. The woman taken in adultery. That's part of the collection bought by the British government in 1824 from the private collector John Julius Angerstein to form a basis for the new National Gallery. Your picture bonus is 3 more paintings from that founding acquisition, all of which remain in the National Gallery today. In each case, I simply need you to identify the artist. Firstly, for 5, this French artist.
Oh, it's Claude. I'm fairly sure that's Claude Lorraine. It's a disembarkation of died or something.
Nominate Clegg?
Claude Lorraine.
It is. Secondly, this Italian artist.
Oh, that's... it's not Velasquez. It's, is it Titian?
Yeah, Titian?
No, that's Raphael. And finally, this Flemish artist.
That's Rubens.
Yes. Rubens.
That's Rape of the Sabine Women. Yes, well done. 10 points for this. Described by Bill Clinton as the Woodstock of the mind, which major event has been held annually since 1988 in a town in the Black Mountains of the Brecon Beacons National Park?
Queen's Hall.
The Hay Literary Festival?
The Hay Festival is correct, yes. Right, you get a set of bonuses, Queen's Belfast, on first names. Which girl's name rose in popularity following events in the Outer Hebrides in the aftermath of the Battle of Culloden? It's also that of the Roman goddess of the spring.
Flora. Flora.
Flora?
Correct. Which name comes from that of the mythological lover of Apollo? Killed by Zephyrus, his spilt blood grew into a flower.
Don't know. Don't know.
Pass.
That's Hyacinth. Which floral name links the son of the Pooters in The Diary of a Nobody and the gentleman burglar created by Maurice Leblanc as a given name and surname, respectively?
Lupin, I think.
Lupin?
Lupin is correct, yes. Another starter question. Its remains found throughout Europe. The large mammal Ursus spelaeus has what two-word common name? It became extinct during the Pleistocene epoch.
St John's Harris.
Woolly mammoth.
No. Queen's one of you, Buzz?
Queen's Ruddy.
European bear.
No, it's the cave bear. 10 points for this. To the east of Stockport in Greater Manchester, the confluence of the rivers Ethero, Goyt and Tame form...
Queen's Waldron.
The Mersey.
The Mersey is correct, yes. Right, your bonuses are on Rhodes Scholars, Queen's Belfast. In each case, name the person from the description. Firstly, an astronomer who, in the words of one author in 1925, released findings that ultimately established that our universe was 1,000 trillion times larger than previously believed, filled with myriad galaxies like our own.
I'm not sure. I don't know. Yeah, go for it.
Hubble.
Correct. Born in 1907, a historian who greatly expanded the field of Chinese studies. He was the co-author of East Asia, Tradition and Transformation, a standard text on the subject.
I'm not sure. Any ideas? No.
Pass.
That was Fairbank, John King Fairbank. And finally, a social critic and activist, the author of The Beauty Myth and the 2008 work Give Me Liberty, a handbook for American revolutionaries.
I don't know. No.
Pass.
That's Naomi Wolf. 10 points for this. In human anatomy, the adjective popliteal or poplitic refers to the indentation between the tendons behind which joint?
St John Sowood.
Knee.
The knee is correct, yes. Your bonuses, St John's, are on schools of art now. Firstly, for 5, which village in Cornwall gives its name to the group of artists including Stanhope Forbes and Walter Langley, who worked there in the late 19th and early 20th century?
St Ives.
No, that was a bit later. It's the Newlyn School. What name is given to a group of artists who specialised in scenes of daily life in New York around 1900? Its members included George Bellows, Robert Henry and John Sloan.
Ashcan.
Correct. Named after a village near Fontainebleau, which group of artists included Jean-François Millet and Théodore Rousseau and is regarded as a forerunner of the Impressionist school?
Sèvres. Is that a town near?
Yeah,
a town near.
Sèvres.
No, it's the Barbizon School. 10 points for this. Which French writer's works include semi-autobiographical accounts of his experiences in Maître Penal Colony and Fontevraud Prison in the 1946 work The Miracle...
St John's Clegg.
Camus.
Nope. You lose 5 points. The 1946 work The Miracle of the Rose.
Queen's Waldron.
Sartre.
No, it's Jean Genet. 10 points for this starter question. Figures on the buzzers. What three-letter word results from expressing in Roman numerals the smallest prime number greater than 1,000?
Queen's Waldron.
Mix.
Mix is correct, yes, of course. Right, 15 points for these bonuses. They're on animal histology. Lining most surfaces and cavities of the body, what simple tissue consists of closely packed cells in sheets with little intercellular material?
Cartilage.
No, it's the epithelium or epithelia. From the Latin for scale, what term describes the part of the epithelium that consists of flattened cells? It's sometimes known as pavement.
Pass.
It's squamous. What term describes an epithelium where the width and height of its cells are broadly similar?
Equal.
Equal.
No, it's cubical or cuboidal. 3 minutes to go, 10 points for this. Answer promptly. Of the 3 US states whose names contain only 4 letters, which comes first alphabetically?
Queen's Ruddy.
Ohio.
St John's?
St John's Harry's.
Iowa.
Iowa is correct, yes. St John's, your bonuses are on Russian rivers. Which major river flows from its sources in the mountains near Lake Baikal to the mouth of its delta on the Laptev Sea?
I think it's the Irtush.
Okay.
Or the Ol.
British.
Yeah, well, that's like to Baikal, so...
Yeah. Irtush.
No, it's the Lena. Rising in the Republic of Tuva and flowing for more than 3,400 kilometres to the Kara Sea, which river has a name deriving from the words for great river in the Evenk language?
This is like the Arya something. Arya. It's like Arya Asha. Is it Pav Arya?
Come on, let's have it, please.
Bavaria.
No, that's the Yenisei River. And finally, which river rises to the southeast of Moscow and flows for more than 1,800 kilometres into the Sea of Azov?
Yes, so that's the Black Sea. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, Volga.
No, that's the Don. 10 points for this. Fitzclarence was the surname given to the 10 illegitimate children born between 1794 and 1807 to the actress Dorothy...
St John's Clegg.
George IV, Prince Regent.
No, I'm afraid you lose 5 points. To the actress Dorothea Jordan and which future king?
Queen's Waldron.
William IV.
William IV, or the Duke of Clarence as he was at the time. Right, your bonuses are on James Bond novels by authors other than Ian Fleming. Firstly, who wrote the 2008 novel Devil May Care?
Sebastian Faulks.
Sebastian Faulks is right. Who was the author of the 1968 novel Colonel's Son? You may give the author's name or the pen name under which it was published.
I don't know.
Pass.
That was Kingsley Amis, writing as Robert Markham. And finally, who wrote the 2013 James Bond story Solo?
Sounds familiar. Not sure.
Charlie Higson did the Young Bond series, but was that part of it? Just go for it.
Charlie Higson.
No, it's William Boyd. 10 points for this. In Book 1 of Paradise Lost, what name did Milton coin for Satan's capital?
St John's Clegg.
Pandemonium.
Pandemonium is right. Your bonuses are on the official nicknames of US states. In each case, listen to the description and give both. And at the gong, Queen's Belfast have 100, St John's Oxford have 180. Well, you had some pretty impressive interventions there, Queens, but you weren't good enough. These guys are on pretty good form tonight, so we're going to have to say goodbye to you, I'm afraid, but thank you very much for joining us. St John's, another terrific performance from you. We shall look forward to seeing you in the quarter-finals. Do join us then. I hope you can join us for the first of the quarter-finals next time. But until then, it's goodbye from Queen's Belfast.
Goodbye.
It's goodbye from St John's College, Oxford.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.